back. This is just simple exercise with Mama G. Um, Working in a limited space, and I'm working on trying to get a tripod. Just a couple of things. Um, it's cold today, so I'm working out in a sweater, and I'm just walking because at one point I had a gym membership and a coach and all that, and it got complicated, and I won't get into it too much. But one thing that my coach said to me was I needed to be taking 10,000 steps a day. And people in society, that's how many steps we need to be taking every day. And I was like, well, okay, well, I guess I can try. And if I get 4,000 to 6,000 steps in a day, I'm feeling excited because it beats less. And I got curious, so I Googled it, and 2,000 steps is roughly a mile. So we're supposed to be walking 5 miles a day, and this is why we're just not moving enough. And a lot of the workouts that we see everywhere, it's very intense and involved, and you have to have equipment and a lot of space, and I want something that you can do without. You don't have to have the equipment, you don't have to have the space. Something that you can do, whether you're at home or you're working at a computer. You can do this at a computer. You can stand there, and it's especially today when they've got those desks that will move upwards, so you can go from sitting to standing, and you can just sit there, and you don't even have to go as high as I'm going. Just stand there and walk. And today, like, just standing here walking, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it up right above my hips. Yeah, and we're just gonna, and I don't know that I'm gonna do this for 10 minutes. I'm probably gonna do some other stretches. You know what? Let's do some stretches. While we're walking, just put your arms out. Roll them around because it uses different muscles. And take as little steps or as high steps as you want. You decide. So, and I'm just gonna go like this. And this isn't gonna be a super hard workout. It's just, we just need to get moving. So I'm gonna change it up a little, go a little higher. I can feel it burning my forearms, and that's okay. Okay. Shake it out. Oh, and here we are just walking again. I hope your day's been going good. I have a hard time with silence, so that's why I'm just going to keep talking for about 10 minutes, maybe 15. I should have looked at my watch before I started. But maybe what I'll do this. I'll come up, take a look at the time. It's been about 4.5 minutes, so we're going to go back, look at the watch. Okay. All right, I've got a rough idea of time. Okay, so I'm gonna stretch side. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this move. You want to make sure your feet are about shoulder width apart. Make sure your knees are bent, toes pointed forward. hands on roughly where the hip is. Now you want to make sure your back is straight and your pelvis is tipped upward. We're going to hold this arm here. Put your arm and just as far as you can go. You want to make sure your hips stay under you. And just don't reach forward. You want your shoulder back where it's supposed to be, reaching above your head. I forget sometimes and I bring my arm forward. Try to keep your arm back. And just relax, like don't be too tense. Wherever you can relax, just relax. And if you can, I want to say don't bounce, but if hip stander. If you want to rock a little bit, because it helps the stretch, it also, that I realized my arm wasn't where it was supposed to be. So you want to bring your arm around because it releases the muscle. Now we're going to go the other side. I'm going to glance at my watch because make sure your spine is where it needs to be, your arm is where it needs to be, and like you're trying to, hips, like you're trying to reach for something over you. It stretches the side. And because of all my extra, it burns a lot more. Just breathe. Bring the arm, because what that does, and what I did is I bent my knees, brought my arm in front. Instead of just bringing it down, it allowed the muscle to relax so that way I won't get cramps later. I'm just gonna, I've got this ottoman in front of me. I'm gonna try and stretch my inner thigh. However you best feel comfortable. I have a little bit of medical experience, but do what feels comfortable. I'm not going to critique on if your toes are up or if your toes are flat. If your toes are up, it's stretching a different part of your muscles. If your foot is flat, you're going to be stretching a different part of your leg. So, however you feel, if you want your toes up, or if you want your foot flat, or if you want to just kind of rock between the two, but be gentle on your joints. Like, I don't want anybody getting hurt. I don't want anybody feeling pain in their knees or their hips. So just take it easy. Take what you feel you can do. And never put your hand on your knee. If you want to put your hand somewhere, put it above the knee, below the knee. I've got mine at the ankle, and granted it's just one hand, because right now I can't do two. But hopefully in a few months, because we're doing a marathon, not a sprint, hopefully in a few months I can do both arms. I'm just going to switch sides. I am rotating the foot I'm standing on outwards because it opens my hips a little bit more. And me personally, I'm putting my toes up in the air. So I like the stretch better that goes along the whole leg. So that's why I'm doing that. And like I said, hopefully in the next few months, this will be better. Oh. And if you miss a day every now and then, like, don't worry about it. The last thing you should do is stress, because stress causes your body to hold extra weight. It produces a hormone that makes it harder to lose weight. And I don't remember what that hormone is. Cortisol? I think. Again, not a doctor. I was in my early 20s a first responder, but I mean that was in my early 20s. And this, like, I'm not really putting any weight on my arm. I'm wanting to stretch like this part of my hips. So I'm just going to do that on the other side because I believe in both sides. Get the same treatment. I feel like I'm too close. Okay, well, and for the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to walk. Take those extra steps. And, I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you enjoy the time we spend together. And I know that last time I talked about my thyroid. This time, so my health's not perfect, and my weight is part of the issue. My extra weight is causing high blood pressure, and I know this, and I really want to get off medications. I don't want to be reliant on a doctor. I don't want to be reliant on anybody, so I can live my life as best I can. So I want to get off medications and even supplements. I don't want to have to take a supplement. So that way I feel normal or semi-normal. I want to be able to do the best I can in my situation. So, and I'm going to end like I did last time. I'm going to stretch, reach down. I'm going to back up just a little bit so maybe you can see a little bit better. So I'm just going to reach down, try to touch my toes. And I'm not actually trying to touch my toes, but reaching down and just leaning forward. Oh, the stretch feels nice. And you can either grab your inner thighs or your outer thighs. It creates a different stretch. The inner thighs you'll definitely, or not thighs, inner calves, you'll definitely feel the stretch more in your shoulder blades. Alright, roll up, because straight up you'll hurt your spine. I don't want you to hurt at all. Thank you for joining me. God bless. yeah. And we'll see ya on the next video. Have a good day.